Hello. It's me again. I'm sorry. Um, Today I would like to talk to you about the bug out bag. Now, there's a lot of controversy about this. What you should, what you shouldn't, how and why, whatever. I'm not saying that I'm right or I ain't saying that I'm wrong. I'm just simply saying this is what I would do. The first thing I would put in my bug out bag would be a tarp. 1 is none, 2 is 1. So you 2 tarps. 1 for the bottom where your tent sits on, and 1 for the top for extra shelter, for extra safety. Your tent. I know the first thing anybody wants to do is run out there and get this big, expensive, big, elaborate tent that everybody wants. Is that really what you should do? No. No, it's not. What you should be doing, if you're bugging out alone, get a one-man tent. If there's 2 of you bugging out, 2 ovens, 2-man tent. Just don't have if you're bugging out with multiple people, don't have a big colony of tents. That's going to be too easy spotted. And once you're spotted, you either have 1 to 2 choices. Flight or fight. And if you can get from your location to your bug out location without fighting, you'll live to fight another day. But that's nor here or there. So I'll tell you some more stuff that I would put in my bug out bag. Extra change of clothes. Whatever, it might take you a whole day or a few hours to get somewhere, your location. Triple that on foot. So make sure you have extra change of clothes for your pants, if you can't, and your shirt, if you can't fit them into a Ziploc bag, which the Ziploc bags are really good. Make sure you have them for in case it rains or whatever. A garbage bag. That'll work. Keep your clothes good and dry. You don't want to walk all day with funky clothes that's soaking wet from whether it rains or your sweat. Okay. Now, a blanket. You might want to have a blanket or 2 with you. Army surplus, Army Navy, wherever. The wool blankets are great. They're good enough for the soldiers. They're good enough for you. They'll keep you good and warm. Even though if they get wet, they'll still keep you warm. That's the wonders of wool. They're not expensive. Go grab you a couple. Throw it in your bag. The Ziploc bags, they're good for, again, keep your stuff dry. They're good for collecting water or whatever. If you was eating and you didn't finish all your food, you can throw it in that Ziploc bag and eat later. A good deck of playing cards to keep the morale up, because you're going to get bored, probably. The waterproof one, you can buy the waterproof playing cards. They're not very expensive. And maybe a copy of your favorite book. Probably on survival or prepping or your Bible or whatever. as long as you enjoy it. Okay. Okay, now, water. And iodine tablets. You get the iodine tablets at Walmart, Rural King, or wherever. Um, you you can carry water in whatever you like. Me personally, I don't like the regular water bottles because they crunch and crinkly around. You're making too much. You're making too much noise. You're going to draw too much attention to yourself. That's why I have the trusty, handy dandy, military canteen. Has the Alice attachments on the back. I'm not a huge fan of the Alice. I like the Molly better. But has a place in the front for your iodine tablets. Again, you get at your local Walmart, at the camping section. Not the canteen, of course. Little things like that keep you up and running. And also, those metal water bottles that you can get anywhere? Get one. Make sure you got your clothes hanger or a piece of tile wire that you have in your bag. Wrap around the neck of that bottle with water in it. Hang it above your fire. Have that water boiling for 15 minutes. Straight, non-stop boiling. Let it cool all the way off. And then you run it through some sand and some other stuff to get into your water bottle. I'm sorry, I'm not all the way with it today. This is my second attempt at this video. I'm a little flipped around, I reckon. Now, another good thing for you guys to have with you, men or women, is some knives. First off, a good sharp pocket knife. And a knife sharpener to keep with you, too, to keep all of them sharpened. The pocket knife, I like the trapper style pocket knives better. That's me personally. One, got the straight edge, straight blade one. Then you got another blade which is more rounded off at the tip. That's good for skinning squirrel, rabbit. If you're good enough with a deer, you can skin deer with it. Another thing to have is a good skinning knife. That's for your bigger game, like keeping your skinning your deer, bear, moose, elk, wherever you're located. And a good survival knife, you can use a good thick bladed survival knife. I would go with K-Bar personally. Yes, they're more expensive, but the blade is tough. You can use it to pry things. Protect yourself with it if you have to. A good thick blade on it. It's good to chop little branches or whatever down. Now, I do have one of my survival knives, and this is actually an M9 bayonet military. Boom. Look how pretty that is. And there you are. You can tell it's been used a little bit. But I can guarantee you I can shave the hair off of Nat's backside with this. This is good, again, for if you want to protect yourself, if you want to chop some stuff, some branches, a little bit of branches and stuff, get your kindling made up for your firewood, or whatever. The hoe that you see right here, that is for putting the barrel of your gun through, because this connects onto end of a gun. Probably an M16 if I'm not mistaken. But you can feed your stick through the inside of this. Got the grooves on the handle, and you can lash them on to the stick, good and firm and tight. Then you have a spear, if you like go hunting or fishing or whatever with. What I like about this bad boy, this right, I'll get it right. There we go. Now you got your wire cutter. If you go to come across a barbed wire fence or any kind of fencing, this groove right here, slide that barbed wire in there and there we go. You just beat it up like that, pinch that wire in half, then you gain entrance. Another cool thing about this right here, turn around, unbutton it, boom. Straight up knife sharpener. You can sharpen your knives, whatever you want with that, and it has a pocket on the front for an extra knife sharpener. Remember, 1 is none, 2 is 1. Redundancy. And now I have 3 machetes. And one of them that I really enjoy using, not because it's sharp, not only because it's sharp and it's durable and it's strong, and holds edge, it also looks cool. I like that sucker. You can tell it's been used quite a bit. And with this, you can shave the hair off a gnat's backside as well. Razor sharp. It's not too heavy. Most of the weight is in the handle. That's where you want it at. Because you don't want it in the blade. Throw the blade like that, it's going to fatigue your wrist, your hand, your arm, and everything. Just let the blade do all the work. Cutting your way through thick woods, protect self-defense, gathering wood for fire, and I guess the pinch you can prepare your food with it if you're a Crocodile Dundee or something. Just don't try shaving with it, because if you do, you want to hack yourself all to pieces. Getting cut real bad out in the woods, and well, you have a higher chance of getting infection. Another thing that I like carrying, a small hatchet. I'm not talking about the axe. A small hatchet. It's right there. Of course, you can tell it's been out, used, and it's still good and razor sharp. This right here also is good for self-defense, chopping wood, clearing out some brush in front of you to make a path to get through the woods. Also, if you have a flint, you can't find the steel, you can strike it with this too. But the cheaper brand, it's a Smith & Wesson, but it will do the job. We all know that, survivalists, people's going to call them crazy, nuts, or whatever. It's like the story of the ant and the grasshopper. The ant worked his backside off all summer to get what he needed, stored in for the wintertime. The grasshopper did not, and the grasshopper froze his backside off. Don't be afraid to work. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Be smart and do what you need to do to survive. Okay, the next thing I would like to talk to you about is a good axe. Not the hatchet, but an axe. See, a good axe. You can get, they come in like the real big. But I'm talking about the junior axe, which is probably about 2.5, 3 foot long. Small is good for carrying your backpack or wherever. That will protect you from well, people who are trying to attack you. It's wonderful for cutting wood. Redundancy. Folding saw. It looks like a regular big pocket knife, but when you fold it out, it's a lock blade. You got your saw blade up there. You can cut sticks to make you a makeshift shelter. You can cut sticks for your fire. You can cut sticks to make it for your spearhead, frog gig, spear fishing, a spear for self-defense, whatever you need. A good folding saw. Now, you're going to be out there. Of course, you're going to be wanting to fire. And you get noticing, oh man, my cigarette lighter ain't starting my fire for me. I want to feed my booty off. 9F, you have one of these babies. Flint and steel. It don't matter if it's pouring down the rain, this will strike. No matter how wet this gets, it will strike. And as long as you have good dry tinder, you'll have fire. See that? Yeah, that there is what starts your fire. They're not expensive. Get you a couple. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't have too many of these. And the good thing about these is, top up comes off. You got little fire starters. Of course, I like making my own fire starters. And what I do is get a Ziploc baggie. God bless the Ziploc bags. You put your handful of cotton balls down in it with a big scoop of petroleum jelly. The stuff that you use to keep your lips moisture and your skin from cracking and getting dry on you. Highly flammable. Massage that into the cotton balls and you got fire starters. Just one spark, and that's all it takes, it'll ignite. Really good, really handy. Stock up on that stuff. Now, eventually you're going to run out of water. You're going to be thirsty. Unfortunately, we're not camels. We don't have a hump. My hump is from eating too much. I'm a pig. But, two of them. One's called Life Straw, which is a 6 to 8 inch plastic tube with a filtration system in the middle of it. You can put that down in some funky water, and you suck that water through that. By the time that water hits your mouth, it's good, clean, sterile water. Stock up on a few of them too. I think they're good for like 20 gallon, I think. Now, the other straw is called a Sawyer straw. Now, the Sawyer straw is just like the Life straw, but it has threading on the end of it when you screw it down on top of a regular water bottle. So you can submerge that water bottle in some funky water, screw that Sawyer straw on top of it, and turn it up, and you can drink out of it. Now, that is going to seem like it's gross, but you got thirsty enough, you'll drink it. You'll use it. It'll filter all that crap out of it, and it's good clean water when it hits your mouth. Okay. So for those who can't live without their phones, that's how the society is. It's all about electronics and cell phones. I believe half of you will die without your cell phones or computers and tablets. I don't know why everybody makes them their life, but, you know, that's nor here nor there. That's your cross to bear, not mine. For those who can't live without their phone, they have a phone charger about the size of a cell phone, but on one side of it has a solar panel on it. You can plug your phone up to it, set it outside, the windowsill, whatever. The sunlight will charge your phone. It takes a little longer, but it will charge your phone up. Buy a couple of them, throw them in your bag. You know, maybe it'll do you some good. Now, gloves. Gloves is highly important right now. When you're working, wear gloves, especially if you bug out. It keeps the old hands from getting all chewed up and torn up. Helps keeps the blistering down, plus briars and splinters or whatever. That's going to be very pleasing to you eventually. Now, since we're out in the woods or traveling, and you're going to prepare yourself something to eat, since you can't be around water to wash your hands all the time, slap some hand sanitizer on your hands. Get them good sanitized. And once they're completely 100% dry, slap some rubber gloves on. The other way, and use some hand sanitizer on them gloves too. Keep them gloves good and clean, good and dry. Prepare your food. Take off your gloves, throw them away in a bag. Just don't throw them, leave them laying out in the woods. I don't like littering. That's sad. Protect where you live. Keep it clean. Now, another thing I would like to stress to you is some rope. 25, 50 foot of rope. Have it in place from a 350 to 500 test pound pull on that rope. Some good carabiners for mountain climbing. Have them with you because they'll come in handy for many, 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 many situations. Now, paracord. Get the real paracord, the 550 paracord. You can use that stuff to lash it to your bag, make your bracelets and stuff, survival bracelets. It's good for tying up stuff. You can tie up your makeshift shelter. There's endless things you can use a paracord for. Get a few 100 feet of that. Just don't be sloppy with your bag and just throw everything in. Put everything in there nice and neat, strategically, so you know where everything's at anytime you need it, and it ain't taking up ungodly amounts of space. Okay. Now, binoculars. Yes. If you need your pair of binoculars. You want to know what's in front of you 100 yards away from you. So you know where you're heading to. If there's any obstacles in front of you. Be in the know. Keep your head together. And, hey sissy, will you shut your bedroom door? All the way, please? Thank you. I'm sorry about that. My kids are ornery. They really, really, really like picking on me. But again, a good pair of binoculars. Now, of course, your bag is only going to hold so much. If you have to strap things down tight, or strap anything down in your bag, make sure you do them good and tight where they're not flopping, waddling around, clinking together, making noises, because you want to be as silent as you possibly can. Be as silent as you possibly can. You don't want to sound like a parade going through the woods or down the street or wherever. Use that 550 paracord to strap that stuff down. Now, this is where I'm going to get people wanting to hang me because we got too many bleeding hearts out there who don't believe in guns, who are scared of guns. A gun ain't going to jump up and shoot somebody. It's morons behind the guns is who shoots people. Now, me personally, you need 3 guns. Quite a bit of ammunition for each gun. A pistol, shotgun, and a rifle. You can strap a shotgun and a rifle down to your bag real good and safe. The pistol, of course, you can strap to your side for quick and easy access. These guns is multi-use, self-defense, hunting, scaring away predators or other people, or what have you. Good collapsible fishing pole. Telescopes, they can slide out and make a full-size fishing pole, or you push them close together and they fit in your bag real nice. Get you one of those. Just spool line, some fish hooks, and some sinkers. You don't need to buy bait. You can find bait anywhere. Dig them up or whatever. That's another source of getting your food, getting your bite to eat. Now, me personally, I have a good frog gig head. It's like a 3 or 4 prong that slides over top of stick. It bolts into the stick, and you got your gig. You can gig you some frogs, eat their back legs, keep morale up, keep your energy up, keep your belly full. You can also use it to gig fish with. Come across snakes out in the woods and gig them, get them away from you. With that being said, the Mountain House meals, you can buy them separate. They're freeze-dried, you can throw them in your bag, and they're good for 25 years. Get you some of them, throw them in your backpack. Get you some military MREs, throw them in your backpack. At least 7 days worth of food. So that way you got plenty of food, plenty of water to get from point A to point B. Now, you're going to need a good flashlight. You wouldn't believe how high-tech this sucker is. The beam on this is good and strong. Also, telescopes. It goes from a round circle beam to a small square. It kind of looks like a microchip. To a small square beam will let you focus in. Look how thick that magnifying glass lens is. See that? It runs on 3 AAA batteries. Waterproof. You can see those edges on there. Good self-defense. Get someone in the head with it and run. Don't stand there trying to fight them until they can't fight you back or fight them, whatever. Strike and run. You'll live longer the other way. Another thing I like, zip ties. Them zip ties will come into many, many, many good use. Get your pack of them. 10, 15 of them in a pack. 20, something like that. Different sizes. It's good for securing your stuff so the wildlife won't get into it. It's good for also to help secure your tent. If you have food, put that around the food. Wherever you got your container, you got your food in. Tie your paracord to that, throw it around the tree, and you can hoist it up in the tree, keep it off the ground for the wildlife from getting into it. You have food for the next day. There's all kinds of hands and warmers. But I like these bad boys. The gel, got that little metal piece in the middle of it right here. You can break it, this whole thing, you can move it around a little bit. This whole thing will turn white. And it stays good and warm for about 8 hours. Like there's 4 in the pack, you get them at Walmart. Shove them down your front pockets. You got gloves on, slide them up in your gloves. Keep your hands good and warm, or up in your toboggan, whatever. Keep you good and warm. And then, the good thing is, these things are reusable. Drop them down in a thing of water and boil them for about 15-20 minutes. And bring them back to this state when it fully dries. And you can reuse them again and over and over. Get you some. Can't have too many of those. Those things handy. Pump down in your shoes, your boots, your gloves, toboggan, pockets. Keep that booty warm. Now I like these things right here. They're waterproof, and you can stick whatever you like down inside of them. It comes with this nifty little button compass. I got several other compasses, but that sucker is handy. You got it right there with you. Now, when you buy these, let me show you what it comes with. Okay, for one, this little sucker. That is a washcloth. Get it wet, it expands back out to a normal size washcloth. Keep that booty clean. It also comes with a glow stick that can be handy, and a space age blanket to help keep your booty warm. Can't stress enough, you need to keep that booty good and warm. Keep positive, keep happy, keep warm, keep safe. And if you have a tent, you can string a few of these up on the inside of your tent. Your body heat will leave your body, reflects off that, come right back, it keeps the inside of your tent a few degrees warmer than normal. Little things like that will keep you alive longer, keep your morale up longer. There we go. And again, it's waterproof. Comes with this little nifty carabiner, or whatever those things are called. I think it's a carabiner. You can't have too many of those either. Strap it to your bag. They're handy. And this other thing right here that I thought was kind of cool to show you. Write in the rain. It's a waterproof notebook and pencil. Pour down the rain, you can write your coordinates. Draw your map out, how you, from one location to another if you like. Write down your thoughts. Whatever. Get you a few of these. That's all I was wanting to show you that was in my bug out kit. This video will be a couple hours long if I poured out everything and explained it all to you. Now, moving on. Soap and shampoo. It's an essential. You have to keep yourself clean. In any circumstances, no matter what's going on, keep that butt clean. Because if not, then you're running high chances of getting infections. Parasites like living on dirty bodies. And before you know it, you're going to start itching. You're going to start stinking. People's going to start smelling you. You want to smell yourself. You end up getting sick. You want to keep yourself as good and healthy as you possibly can. No matter what the situation is. And I mentioned this earlier on in the video. Hand sanitizer. Get your couple bottles. Slap them in there. When you're out in the woods, you're going to sanitize your hands before you eat or prepare food. Just don't do your hands. Do it all the way up to your elbow. Both arms. Let them air dry. Before you even come close to touching food. Anything that goes in your mouth, sanitize your hands before you eat it. Touch it. Now, bandana. I have several bandanas and a schmog. They're handy as all get out. Tie them around your nose and mouth. Look like a little bandit. But it helps keep the dust and everything out. You breathe in dust and whatever. Tie around your head. Help soak up the sweat and keep the sun from scorching your scalp. Well, if you need extra camouflage to get in and out different locations, there's good for filtering water. You can use them as a washcloth. You can get them wet, then tie them around your neck to keep it cool. There's many, many, many uses for the plain old run-of-the-mill bandana. Get you a few of them. They're cheap and versatile. Get them. Now you need a Ziploc bag plumb full of sand. That is your natural water filter. Get the sand that you buy at the store at Lowe's for play sand. They come in pretty sized bags, and you can make a lot of filters. Get your bag of that and get you some Ziploc bags. It'll be deemed very useful for those who is willing to use it. Toothbrush and toothpaste. Keep that in your first aid kit. Some floss. Keep them chompers cleaned and brushed. Because you have no idea how much bacteria is inside that mouth. And also practice good dental hygiene will save you from having dental problems way out in the woods. Because nothing's worse than a bum tooth. You can't do nothing about it. It's hurting, it's painful. It's going to take the strongest man to their knees. I don't care who you are. Keep them teeth clean. Practice good dental hygiene. Personal hygiene. That leads on to your fingernail clippers. Keep damn things clipped. You're not Freddy Krueger. Mine stays good and clipped all the time. Because for those who grows their fingernails out, or don't clip their fingernails, do you know what's hiding underneath those things? Scrub your hands all you want, but you ain't going to be able to get underneath that nail and back far enough to get everything out. So, for those who has long fingernails or whatever, next time you're sitting there touching your face or eating or whatever, just wonder, did I clean my hands good enough after I picked my nose when that person wasn't looking? Or would I wipe my backside or other areas? Did I get all that stuff worked off of there? Guarantee you the answer would be no. They make lights, you can shine on there, you can see all the bacteria still left on those fingernails. And then again, this is not a cut down or making fun of or discrediting anybody. I'm just simply here trying to help you. Keep you safe, keep you clean. Any place from the coronavirus to any other viruses and germs and diseases out there, to survival, getting to point A from getting to point B from point A. Sorry. And there's protection in the group in numbers. Always protection. You have people's back, they have yours. Have a better chance of survival that way. You think you're going to do this lone wolf thing? You're not Rambo. You're not Billy Bad. Don't be stupid. Get you some help. Not from anybody. From people who you can trust yourself. Who you yourself trusts. Okay. For those who's on medication. Well, it's obvious. Stock up on it. Stock up on medication. If you're diabetic, stock up on that medication. You're asthmatic, stock up on that medication. If you have any other ailments that you're supposed to be taking medication for, stock up on it. If you're taking allergy medication, stock up. If you go to a doctor and you had to take antibiotics and you didn't take them all, don't throw them away. Store them up. You'll need them for something else one day. Whether it's a bum tooth, or you feel yourself getting sick again, or whatever. Instead of risking sneaking off to the hospital or the doctor's office, you got the medication right there. And plus, you get to save some money the other way. Now, one of the biggest things you can have in your bug out kit, your bug out bag, has to be a good first aid kit. The Dollar Tree. Dude, the Dollar Tree is amazing. They got triple antibiotic ointments. They got Neosporin. They got gauze, bandages, wraps, Band-Aids. For $20, you can go there and get everything you need. Everything you need for a good bug out bag first aid kit. Now, while I'm on this subject, for bug out bags, guys, ladies, gentlemen, don't get these big monster bags almost big as you are. That's going to draw attention to you. Remember last episode when I talked about being a gray man? Do not draw attention to yourself and your party. Stay in the shadows, stay hid, get in fast as you can to get through the situation and get to your location. I'm just merely trying to help, share what knowledge I have with you. Of course, there's ungodly amounts of videos on YouTube that you can pick and choose from each one to set up your own bug out bag, your own thoughts and ideas. You guys ain't robots. You guys ain't stupid. Whatever you're wanting to prep for, do it as soon as you can. No matter the situation, you always need a good bug out bag, a good bug out plan. Because not every situation is going to let you stay within the comforts of your own home. Do so as long as you possibly can, by all means. But when the metal meets the meat, where the rubber hits the tires, eventually we're all going to have to bug out if the situation gets bad enough. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Ask yourself that. Come up with a plan. If you're a guy's spouse, talk to your spouse about it. This is a teamwork situation if you're with other people. It's not all about you, and don't sit there and try to, I want the last word, or everything's going to be my way. It will not work out if everything's your way. There will eventually be a mutiny when you're making the wrong decision that they don't like, or if you make a bad decision that screws everybody over, and someone else had a better idea and you wouldn't listen. Dude, your name is going to be mud. Or that, or you can call someone their life, or their stuff that they're carrying. Pull together, be a team, but be a good leader. But a good leader is also a good follower. You can't lead unless you know how to follow. Learn from everybody around you. Take everybody into consideration that's in your party. people has ideas or something to say, you shut up and listen. Take their thoughts and everything into consideration, and maybe make everybody's life a little easier. Now, it's all different if you're by yourself. But your chances of survival be cut in half. Because, the lone wolf method, yeah, true, it's going to be extra mouths to feed. But that's extra eyes watching your tail end while you're watching theirs. Now, if there does come a situation where you have to resort to self-defense, do so, but do so swiftly. Don't stand there and trying to box and weave around. You're not Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson or anything. Get in. Get the blows in that you need. Get them off of their feet. And go. Don't worry about, oh, he did. I almost jumped some more until he's dead. No. Doing all that, you just turn into the other thugs out there. Pick up something, stretch the person out, and go. If they're dead, then, it's their time. If you just knock the snot out where they can't get up, you know what? That's their fault for trying to be some kind of a Billy Bad and trying to take what you got. Trying to harm you. Prepare. Be safe. Be smart. Now, today is a good day. If you got a bug out location, someplace you can go if the crap hits the fan, start stocking up some supplies there so you ain't got to carry a ton of crap with you. Have a way to start a garden there if you have to. If you can buy a little small piece of property, 2 acres, 3 acres, don't need no place big. Back there in the hills, do so. If you have to have electricity, get some solar power panels. Candles, flashlights, lanterns. Stock up on all that stuff. Them big buckets of Mountain House meals, 25-year shelf life, and 1 bucket feeds a person for 30 days. Stock up. Have some at your house. Have some at your location. Your other location, have at least 2 years worth at your location. At your house, have another 2 years. If you have a vehicle you can bug out in, a good strong 4-wheel drive, do so. Practice your evacuation. At least 4 or 5 times a month. More if possible. And see if you can beat your own record. And get out, get your stuff, load it up, and get out of there as quick as possible. But be using this bad boy too. Did I get everything? Did I get everybody? Make a checklist. Make a checklist. Keep everything together in one area. So you can just back your truck there, your van, SUV, car, whatever. Back it in, throw it in, load up the people there with you. Book it. But still do not draw attention to yourself. Start drawing attention to yourself. That's where your problem is going to start. And it might cost you, your family, or the other person their life. Do you really want to kill somebody? No. You just want to survive. So if crap goes down, get in, get out, undetected, undetected most as you possibly can. Can't even speak. And get to safety. If you can do that without harming anybody, God bless you. That's awesome. You don't want to be responsible for someone else's life or be responsible that you hurt somebody. Now, as a dad and a husband, I am prepared to do whatever I have to do at any means to assure the safety of my wife and children. But I pray to God I don't have to. Now, I'm not being a conspiracy theorist. I am about some things, I reckon. I'm just trying to be real. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I hope it don't. But if it does, are you prepared? Today, right now, are you prepared if you have to, in that scenario, you have to bug out? Probably not. Probably not. So, I've been running for 51 minutes and 51 seconds. Before this hour is up, I like to share with some ideas of other things you can store back in your bug out bag. Some is essential. Some is for, keep you sane. First essential thing is roll of duct tape. Can't go wrong with old duct tape. A spool tie wire. Some belling strings. Other alternatives to food. Other alternatives to drinking water. Extra filtration for your drinking water. Extra clothing. Toboggan hat. An extra coat. Scarves. Things to keep you warm in the winter if you're bugging out in the winter. In the summertime, things to keep good and dry and cool in the summer. Warm and dry in the winter. Now, if you are using a vehicle, it might be good to keep a couple gallons of water just stored in your vehicle. You may need it, may not. But like the old saying goes, it's best to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay, well, there's other things that you probably do to prepare better that I'm totally missing. So don't just take my ideas, my thoughts and stuff into consideration if you don't want to. You can pick and choose from what I put on here today for the bug out bag. Then watch other videos of other people. Maybe pick and choose from their stuff as well. And maybe you can build yourself a bug out bag far greater than mine. And if you can, that's great. Just make these bags. Test them out. Go camping. Take them with you camping. And see if you have everything you need. Or whatever. Now, thank you everybody for watching my videos. And hit like and subscribe at the bottom of the screen. And send me an email at jasonscaff, that's JAYSONSCAFF2 at gmail.com if you have any thoughts or questions or anything, and I will get with you. If there's anything I forgot and you can think of, by all means, share it with me. I'll be more than happy to hear your comments on it. Tell your friends and your family to watch these videos. I'm not the most articulate person. I'm not the greatest with the words. I am just a Kentucky boy trying to help out my community. And again, email me, and I'll be more than happy to talk with you, answer any questions, or have any ideas or thoughts that you can share with me to help me along. I welcome it, and thank you. Well, sorry, I'm just seeing if I covered everything or not. But whatever you can carry on your person and in and on your bag, your bug out bag, that you think that you will need, do so. Just make sure it's latched down when it ain't clinging and banging around, making tons of noises, drawing attention to yourself. If you like me, you got 3 ornery kids that will fart themselves to death if they have to be quiet for 5 seconds. That's a challenge. It's a huge, huge challenge, but in the long run, it's worth it. Keep yourself healthy, exercise, get used to walking. Because bugging out may require you to do a whole lot of walking. And get your body prepared, eat healthy, get plenty of exercise, plenty of sleep. Get your immune system built up. Take tons of vitamins. Drink a bunch of water. Drink tons of water. Keep yourself healthy and hydrated. I know I'm not one of these health nuts or nothing like that. Especially a few months ago, no. I ate and drank anything and everything I get my hands on. That's why I went up to 216 pounds, and I dropped considerable amount of weight in the last few months. And I like to see everybody else take care of themselves and get themselves healthy. Before I go, I think in my next video, don't take my word on it, might be on bushcrafting. And then the one after that might be homesteading. So stay tuned. It probably won't be until tomorrow or day after before I do the one on bushcrafting. Today I might have 1 or 2 more videos about this subject. So if anything else comes to mind, I will make the video on it and share it with you guys. And I'm hoping I can brighten up your day and keep you safe. And I thank you for watching my videos. I hope I helped you all out a lot. Thank you all so very much. Like and subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.